So I'm making this video about putting the integrated door panel on the front of one of these Kallboda IKEA dishwashers. It's their highest end one at the time of making. It should come with this component as well, våglig, I think is how you say it in Swedish. I don't speak much Swedish, but when I bought this dishwasher, it didn't come with them, and I had to go back and get it. And this is them pre-installed. Now, somewhere in this manual, in the opening pages, it will explain to you how you're supposed to measure it up and what the contents of the thing are. So it tells you, it goes through different types of door options that you have. So this one I have is a complete one piece rather than 2 or 3 pieces that are joined together. And what I found quite tricky to work out based on the instructions was which actually was the top of the panel, which was the upper part of this metal panel. Now it gives you the measurements here, which I eventually put in after getting it wrong the first time. And the measurements are, however many millimeters from here and however many millimeters from there, but I'm just going to give you a close in so you can see which is actually the top, because it looks slightly different from the bottom. You can see it's this slightly shorter groove as opposed to the longer groove here, which is the bottom part. I used a set square to run a line down the middle so that I could see where the middle of the screw was supposed to go. And if we look at the front of the dishwasher here, there was a tip that took me a little while to figure out, which is in some ways the purpose of this video, is that in here is a holding screw, and that holds this hook here. And in order to get it in the first time, you have to unscrew this screw here, and there's an equivalent one on the other side. You have to unscrew that by about 1 centimeter or so, and then that hook will actually go in. You can see that in this particular case the screw is still in place, so I will need to come and back this out. And I didn't know that, it wasn't, at least I missed it in the manual, it wasn't made clear. So there's a tip for you. Back this out, you'll need a screwdriver of this type. Get that in focus, one of these hex heads, star shaped or whatever they are. And then you have to put the 2 plastic ones at the top, here and here. These are actually machine screws, and you can see from, it'll tell you further on that they're machine screws. And in a sense, they actually have to I didn't notice that there were any cut threads in the holes, but you do need to be careful that you come in exactly vertically and get those in. And then these ones were self-tappers that screw in themselves, so I just used a knife to scrape away some of this harder outside part, and then they went in pretty easily. As for the other ones, because this is a panel that's been previously used on a different dishwasher, after I sort of renovated this dishwasher, not all of these holes were actually available. It wants a hole right here, for instance. Obviously I can't put one there because there's a mounting point for a door hinge, because I think this panel is exactly the same as the standard IKEA door hinge from the time. This was a kitchen that went into use with IKEA in about 2012. But as long as they're flush, it appears to work okay. So once you mount these things here, and these hooks, this metal hook on the bottom, and this plastic guide thing. Be careful with this plastic guide thing, it will break quite easily if you're not careful. That drops in here, and it goes between, so it rests between and slides up and down there. And then the hook, once you've backed off the screws, goes in there. And then once you've actually got the panel mounted, you need to run those screws back in again until they're snug. And the metal part goes in between. So you've got to be quite careful, because this can be a little brittle and break, speaking from experience, which I'm hoping this video will help you avoid. And then it should go on. I can't film it going on because I don't have an assistant with me, I'm here by myself. But that's how it should be done. And hopefully it's gone okay the once, so it should go okay the second time. Good luck.